Hi there everybody, Adam here, and this is what I watched for July. Just a quick overview of things I saw at the cinema or movies I haven't seen before. Alright, so let's get into it. On the 5th of July, I watched Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. Here's a synopsis. Okay, 40 years after his unforgettable first case in Beverly Hills, Detroit cop Axel Foley returns to do what he does best: solve crimes and cause chaos. I actually really enjoyed this. It's a legacy sequel done right. We revisit all the old characters that we haven't seen in years. I enjoyed the plot. They don't stray too far from the formula, which isn't a bad thing. It was funny. Yeah, I mean, it was a legacy sequel done right. So I'd say if you haven't seen it, but you like the other Beverly Hills Cops movies, check it out. Okay, so on the 7th of July, I watched Something in the Water. This is a shark survival story. The synopsis is: reunited at an exotic destination wedding, 5 girlfriends decide to rent a boat to spend a day together along the paradise-like coast. Their friendship is put to the ultimate test when they find themselves stranded in open water, fighting for their lives against sharks and Mother Nature as they desperately try to survive. Well, there's an interesting concept there. It's not very good. There's something in the water, not really any likable characters. And yeah, I mean, they basically get stranded in the ocean due to somebody's stupid mistake. I know we're meant to sympathise with the characters, but I really didn't like a lot of them. I mean, in real life, I don't want people getting eaten by a shark. But yeah, I didn't find this enjoyable at all. On the 12th, I watched Maxine. This is the third in what's known as the X trilogy. Obviously, it's the third. That's why it's a trilogy. Yeah, okay, but the synopsis is: in 1980s Hollywood, adult film star and aspiring actress Maxine Minx finally gets her big break, but as a mysterious killer stalks the starlets of Hollywood, a trail of blood threatens to reveal her sinister past. Yeah, so I did enjoy this. I kind of like how everything in the X trilogy has kind of a different aesthetic. Said this when I was talking about Maxine in one of my other videos, that each one, even though it's all in the same world, each one is very different. Like X is like a throwback to 70s slasher films. Pearl is kind of like a old school Technicolor movie, and this one set in the 80s. It's really hard to put my finger what we'd call it, but it does have some cool 80s music. I'm always a sucker for a movie set in the 80s. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Mia Goth is fantastic in this. A pretty good supporting cast as well, like Kevin Bacon. It is violent. There is a twist at the end, which I know some people have seen it, didn't really like. It didn't bother me. I'm not going to say anything just in case you haven't seen it, but I did like this. I thought it was a pretty decent addition to the X franchise. On the 14th, I watched Twisters. The synopsis is: as storm season intensifies, the path of former storm chaser Kate Carter and reckless social media superstar Tyler Owens collide when terrifying phenomena never seen before are unleashed. The pair and their competing teams find themselves squarely in the path of multiple storm systems converging over central Oklahoma in the fight of their lives. I actually really enjoyed this. The plot's nothing to write home about, but in this type of movie, you kind of know what to expect. But I had fun with it. It's turn your brain off, just enjoy it. The special effects were good. I did like the two leads, not that I'm really familiar with either of them. But yeah, the plot is thin. Yeah. But, it's what we're here for. It's just a over-the-top summer blockbuster. On the 19th, I saw Longlegs. Here's a synopsis. In pursuit of a serial killer, an FBI agent uncovers a series of occult clues that she must solve to end his terrifying killing spree. It looks like quite a few people like this. Here's someone who didn't. I actually did not like this movie at all. I mean, the performances were fine. And, Nicolas Cage does what he's best at it, which is playing a weirdo. Maika Monroe, she did fine, but I think, to me, she just came across as... her role to me just seemed to be twitchy, sad sack agent, where she's clearly not good at her job. But yeah, I didn't like this at all. I know a lot of other people thought it was great. Yeah, it just didn't work for me. I mean, if you liked it, that's fine. I mean, I'll give it credit. It is well made and the acting's fine, the direction's fine. I just really didn't like the plot. On the 23rd, I watched Sting. Now, this is a documentary about the former lead vocalist of The Police. Okay, I'm joking. So, it's actually about World Championship wrestler Sting. Okay, I'm joking again. Okay. Here's the actual synopsis. After raising an unnervingly talented spider in secret, 12-year-old Charlotte must face the truth about her pet and fight for her family's survival. Yeah, this one, it had potential to be fun, but it's kind of depressing, to be honest. Directed by by Kia Rochi Turner. He directed some fun movies like the couple Wormwood. Necrotronic is a fun one if you haven't seen that. But this one, it's serious. There's hardly a spider in it, and we get more of a family drama half the time. I don't want family drama in this type of movie. I want a big bloody spider. It's not what it came for. And the other problem is, a lot of the characters were so unlikable, you actually start rooting for the spider. But yeah, special effects, just okay, but it's a shame because the director's done some fun movies, but this one was a lot serious than it should have been, if you ask me. On the 26th, I watched Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm sure most of you have seen it, but here's a synopsis anyway. A listless Wade Wilson toils away in civilian life with his days as the morally flexible mercenary Deadpool behind him. But when his homewood faces an existential threat, Wade must reluctantly suit up again with an even more reluctantly Wolverine. I thought this was a lot of fun, violent, funny, a lot of cameos, some you wouldn't expect, but look, I don't need to go too much into it, because I know most of you would have seen it by now. I gotta say, yeah, it is fun. The plot's not great, but we're not really here for a huge plot in this type of movie either. But Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds do have some great chemistry together, and there's some decent fight scenes and special effects. But yeah, I don't have to go too much into it because most of you would have seen it. But let us know, have you seen any of these? Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Adam, and I'll see you again soon.